speak in my brain. At that time, I did not have any speaking partner. So what I used to do, whatever I used to think, rather than thinking in Hindi, I used to think in English. Whether it
Okay.
is planning my day or maybe presenting any next day speech, everything I used to plan in brain in English. Then I used to actually share my those thoughts at night in my journal,
Mhm.
which
Okay.
let me actually imagine, speak in internally. When it used to come outer side, I used to feel, yes, I my legs used to shake, but I knew what I had to speak, so it became a bit more comfortable to speak. And by the time, everything got removed with the practice.
Great, ma'am. As you were saying, you used to think in your mind, but in our case, so when we start thinking in English, so that time we always shift our mind to our Hindi. So
Good afternoon. I'm great. What about you?
I'm also fit and fine after talking to you because you have given me this wonderful opportunity. So I welcome you on my channel very first time.
Thank you so much for inviting.
Okay. So, ma'am, as you are a public speaker, so my question is related to public speaking because whenever I used to speak in front of public, so that time I used to become underconfident and all time I was shivering. So, firstly, tell me how to overcome the fear of public speaking.
Uh, when I say public speaking is all about how you present yourself in front of people, right?
Right.
Now, let's say you just asked me a question. I am presenting in front of people only. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is completely up to me how nicely I'm gonna speak on it,
Mm-hmm.
what knowledge I have about it. Let's say
Correct.
you have been asked a question among everyone, but you don't know about the topic. You will start uh, shivering. You will feel that, okay, oh, what is this? I don't know the answer. On the
Mm-hmm.
other hand, you ask me a question or I ask you a question, you have the complete knowledge about.
Right.
You will be speaking much more confidently because you know what exactly you need to speak.
Right.
First thing. Second thing, when you have the knowledge about whatever is being asked in front of people, you need to tell it as you are narrating a story, or
Okay.
you are sharing it as your personal experience.
Right.
Third thing, you need to connect that with some examples, your real life examples, something which we call anecdotes.
Okay.
Lastly, you need to keep it short and crisp so that your audience should not feel bored. Oh, she or he is speaking for this much time. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the suggestions I would like to give you for public speaking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, absolutely, ma'am. I do agree with your point because it happened with me many of times. Whenever I speak on any topic or spontaneously, if anyone asks me something, so that time my mind starts forgetting the things, whether I know words or not. So, very good answer, ma'am.
Maybe
And
because you are thinking or you think at that particular time whether I would be able to speak, what errors I would make, this and that. So rather than having these thoughts, you need to take at least 30 seconds or a minute to calm down your thoughts and arrange your thoughts.
okay,
Rather than having those thoughts, you need to have, okay, first I'm gonna speak this, second that, third that. These are the examples I'm gonna present, and I'm gonna end my speech this way. So when your
it's
brain is busy thinking these steps, I'm very sure that your brain would not be thinking the fear about the fear.
right. Absolutely, ma'am. So, as we are meeting very first time, so please, would you like to introduce? Would you mind to introducing yourself?
For sure, I would like to. Hi everyone, this is Kirti Gola, the founder of Profound Careers. Profound Careers cater for main things: career counseling, soft skill training, Brazilian Portuguese, and spoken English. Talking about my professional experience, I have been this particular field from last 4 years, where I have been fortunate enough to train more than 800 students nationally and internationally. That's pretty much about me. If you have got any question, please feel free to ask.
Okay. So firstly, ma'am, I want to know about your journey. Which type of hurdles or which type of strategies did you follow in your initial days?
All right. So, talking of the strategies, I used to practice listening, reading, writing, and speaking every single day. No matter what challenges I had, no matter what I was going through, but I ensured that every single day for some time I will practice my listening, reading, writing, and speaking. For listening, I used to listen to a couple of podcasts which used to make me feel motivated, because
Okay.
when we are in a journey we feel demotivated too. So for listening, I opted for the podcast which were motivational.
Mhm.
Due to that, I used to feel motivated, and yes, I can do that. Then I used to read the novels, especially Roald Dahl's novels, because those used to make me imagine the things. When I am able to imagine, I am automatically will be able to actually imagine any situation, anything. When I'm a good imaginator, I'll be able to present my ideas with creativity. Third, on my writing, whatever I used to read or listen to, I used to write those things as a summary.
Okay.
Thereafter comes speaking. So I used to speak in my brain. At that time, I did not have any speaking partner. So what I used to do, whatever I used to think, rather than thinking in Hindi, I used to think in English, whether it
Okay.
is planning my day or maybe presenting any next day speech. Everything I used to plan in brain in English. Then I used to actually share my those thoughts at night in my journal,
Mhm.
which
Okay.
let me actually imagine and speak in internally. When it used to come outer side, I used to feel, yes, I my legs used to shake, but I knew what I had to speak, so it became a bit more comfortable to speak. And by the time, everything got removed with the practice.
Great, ma'am. As you were saying, you used to think in your mind, but in our case, so when we start thinking in English, so that time we always shift our mind to our Hindi. So how did you do that?
That was a strong mindset I decided for myself. Okay,
Okay.
see, it is all about mind. Either you let it channelize you, or you channelize. So I
Okay.
channelized my brain rather my brain channelizing me. Okay.
Okay.
So when I used to give it command, even till date I do it. If I'm sitting in the session, there is no possibility that Hindi would come out. If I'm speaking Hindi, there is a possibility that English would come out, because that can happen. But with English, Hindi wouldn't come out, because this
Exactly.
is just a command or the maybe years of practice I did. But
Mhm.
yes, when I used to do it, but I used to just follow this strategy that I am planning my day to practice my tenses and everything. I used to channelize in it. So my complete 24 into 7, out of 24 hours, at least 20 hours used to be dedicated to English only. So
20 hours.
when you are giving the environment of yourself of a particular language, be it English, Hindi, or maybe German, Korean,
Mhm.
there is no possibility that your brain would let you think in any other language.
Mhm. So can you give us one example? How did you think
Simple.
in
Let's say I have let's say I have to do something.
Mhm.
My mother is asking me, or maybe I'm planning my tomorrow's schedule. So what I used to do, let's say I'm going to sleep before sleeping, I used to think, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get up in the morning, first quickly I'll take bath, thereafter I'll leave for my coaching, from the after coming from there I'll read these novels, these many pages I would read, thereafter I would just come home, eat my food, then I start my listening practice, reading practice, writing practice, then I would help my mother a bit, then if not helping her, then I will listen to that podcast, this podcast, that podcast. So what is happening? Without struggling, I'm just speaking in my brain, and not only in brain, I used to speak this way the way I'm speaking right now.
Okay, very great answer, ma'am.
So
And I will.
starting, it's not that, see, right now nobody is there, and I think everybody has their own room, if not even room, everybody has that space where they can stand and do this practice.
Okay.
I don't know whether you have seen people or not, but if you notice your surrounding when you're walking, a lot of them are talking to themselves while
Yeah.
walking as well. So
Okay.
rather than doing that in Hindi, you can do it in English. Your
Mm,
practice is happening.
yeah, I will do follow, ma'am. Same thing. And
Great.
after 10 days, I will tell you.
For sure,
Ma'am,
for sure.
as we know in our speaking parts, so whenever we speak, so we always get in a hurry to speak any single sentence. For example, if you asked me something, so I want to give my answer as a learner within a few seconds. So, in your point of view, how to make our speaking part in charismatic way, and how to take pauses while speaking English language.
Speaking of answering on the spot is not wrong. That shows you know the answer. However, speaking for 5 to 10 minutes for the same answer might sound boring for the people. So,
Mhm.
it's okay to take 30 seconds to channelize your thoughts and arrange your thoughts. If
Okay.
you notice right now, when you're asking me the questions, I'm just taking a pause and then maybe thinking, then speaking.
Mhm.
It's not that I have, practiced these questions. No, you did send me the questions. I just read them, and actually, I didn't have the time to even see them because I am having bit marriage thing at my home, so bit busy in those things. So right now I'm answering, but I'm taking my 30 seconds to arrange my thoughts, speaking, and when I'm speaking my first point, I am automatically able to get what I have to speak next.
Mhm. Okay.
Again, based on the knowledge what you have about that topic, you will be able to calm your thoughts down. You'll be able to present the best version of that particular question.
Correct.
It all depends what you search, what knowledge you have in your brain about that question or the topic.
Mhm. Okay.
Another thing, let's say it is your presentation,
Mhm.
because speaking in public is all about presentation, and maybe a lot of time it is all about that. So for that, you need to first have the full knowledge about the topic, what you are going to present. Second, practice is must.
Mhm.
You need to record yourself, see what are the pointers you are speaking, how many pauses you are taking, what words you are repeating.
Mhm.
You can listen to your own video in three ways. First, with voice, to check what your intonation, pronunciation, and everything is. Second, mute that. When you're muting, then you're watching the same video again to see what your body language is, what your hand gestures, and everything. Third,
Mhm.
again you see that video, or sorry, watch that video and notice how well your facial expressions and everything are. So when you're doing this process, when the time comes, a final time, automatically you will be subconsciously active about those pointers, and you'll be able to present much more better than what you would present without practice.
Mhm. Again, ma'am, amazing answer. And
Thank
ma'am, my last question is whenever we speak, so we speak under a pressure, right? So, like if we are recording our video, so as I know you are an experience in front of me, you are superior. But in my case, so whenever I speak, so I forget my expression. Like on conversational videos, I'm quite comfortable. But while making my solo videos, you must have watched in my videos if you would have time. So I forgot my expression while making solo videos. So how to do that? Even though I have tried a lot, but I always forget.
Here, maybe you are giving your brain the command that you are recording a video just to record. But when you tell your brain that you are recording for your audience, or when you actually imagine that you are talking to somebody else,
Okay.
the expressions will be there.
Okay.
You just need to actually imagine that as if on the other side the person is there whom you are talking to. Thereafter, when you imagine that, you'll be automatically able to use your hand gestures, your facial expressions, take the pauses, thinking that okay, somebody needs time to grasp that learning too. So everything would be there. You just need to maybe do it in the right manner, which is imagining that somebody is listening while you're recording the video.
Amazing, man. Wonderful. And what about expressions? Expressions.
Same.
Because people say expression comes naturally. But if I want to like do expression, if you are sad, so that means you should look sad, right? As we know. So what do you think expression comes naturally, or we can make our like expression in front of anyone spontaneously?
That again is matter of practicing and what training session you are in. Let's say I'm teaching somebody the different types of moods and expressions. In that training, if I have to show a laugh, I will say ha ha ha. If I have to be sad, I will be quiet.
Okay.
I'll be quiet. Okay, so I'm not sure what type of expressions you are referring or what type of trainings you are referring to, but yes, as per your own things, you can switch your emotion. Just need to give the command to your brain.
Okay. Can we do one short activity?
Yes, please.
Because related to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
expression, as you were telling me.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want me to conduct it?
Yes. Only
Okay.
one activity, short activity. Hmm.
Hmm. So the same example I can give. I can show you one. Okay, Anjali, you need to tell me what mood I am having.
Sorry, come again.
You need to looking at my expressions. You need to tell me what type of expression and mood I am having. Okay, my first
Okay.
expression is
Sad, disturbed.
okay.
You are thinking.
This is the word it is.
Okay. Mhm. We need to command in our mind
Yeah.
what we are doing.
When I actually told that I am thinking, so it gave me the expression of thinking. When I set this way, now my brain actually knows, or my body language knows that okay, when somebody sits this way, it means sad. If I do ha ha ha, it means I'm happy.
Mhm.
So it is just the maybe the natural practice the body is in habit now.
Right. Because I always say I'm not an actress and I don't know how to express spontaneously. And I always used to forget my expressions while making my solo videos. So now I'm working on that.
No, just imagine that somebody is sitting on the other side, and then you will be able to make it.
Amazing. Okay, so any question from your side?
Not really, but you could talk about what you exactly you do. Do you teach or what?
Okay, for improving my skill, improving my language.
No, yesterday you mentioned that you take sessions. What kind of sessions do you take?
Okay, so ma'am, actually I take sessions for my YouTube channel for my audience.
Okay.
Audience. Only English Yari sessions I took and some minor mistakes which I have been following for a long time.
Okay.
So I was able to recognize it. And second thing for boosting my confidence up. But nowadays I'm working on my, as I have told you, expression or how to speak in a charismatic way. So those things I'm working on it.
Great, great. Good to know that. Is there any other question which I can acknowledge?
No, ma'am, not now. And in future, if I would have, so definitely I will invite you again on my channel.
For sure. All right, Anjali, then it was nice talking to you. See you any other time.
I really enjoyed your session, and in future I we would connect again.
For sure. Okay, bye.
Okay.